Welcome to part 4 of my slide valve steam engine video. In the last video we put the piston crosshead into the cylinder and crosshead guide. There was a little bit of binding. I managed to work on that a little bit off camera and I got it to operate a little freer. This video I'm going to put the crankshaft in and get the entire rotating assembly, everything from the piston to the crankshaft, to operate freely. Well, this is where we left off at the last video. Since then I have loosened up the action for the crosshead and piston. Needed a little bit of deburring, and I'm not even sure what else I did, but it's in there, it works, it slides back and forth, no binding. So now we have to put the crankshaft on. Well, I made the crankshaft up out of 4 pieces, 2 shafts, or 3 shafts, and a couple of discs. It was a fairly straightforward, easy project. But to put it on, I'm going to have to take one of the bearing standards off. I didn't make split bearings for the main bearings. Maybe should have, but I didn't. And we'll see how this goes. So take the main bearing off. The bearings themselves are just a piece of brass tubing that was pressed into the holes in the aluminum. I didn't want to use aluminum for bearing surfaces because it's a little too soft. So now we've got that off. Now we have to take the cap for the rod, lay it down on its side here so you can see it a little bit. Still got a little die cam on it, but that'll be taken off. So we'll take these off, take the cap off. These are stainless steel screws. We'll put them over here. I got some zinc plated steel screws that I will use when I put it back together again, because I can hold them with a screwdriver. Magnetic screwdriver is going to help on that. So magnetic screwdriver keeps grabbing everything. So now we put the crankshaft. Well, we run into a little problem here in that we could either take the other bearing standard off, because the connecting rod just almost clears. So what I'm going to do is just loosen these bolts a little bit. I'm not going to take the thing completely apart. I'm just going to loosen the bolts, give it about a 1/16 of an inch movement, and hopefully I can clear the sides of the crankshaft discs. Slide that all the way in, and we just made it. Okay, now tighten these back up again. Going across the whole pattern. so they tighten evenly. It's getting to be where getting hard to get the screwdriver in there because everything's in the way. I didn't think too far in advance when I was putting the design of this together on how it was actually going to be assembled. So what I'm going to do now is put the bearing back on. Everything should fit. Keep the as I'm tightening the bearing, I'm going to keep moving the shaft, so if there is any play in the bolt holes, that the shaft will stay free. There shouldn't be much play, or if there is at all. Having a hard time lining up the bolt hole. Got the first one in. Just snug these up a little bit. Not super tight, just so they're touching. And that seems to be spinning free. I can grab the right tool here. Tighten them up a little bit more. Well, it's not spinning, but it's... Well, now we have to put the rod on. I've made punch marks on the bottom of both the rod and the cap, so it goes on the same way each time. Get the screw on the screwdriver, get that into the hole, and now comes the tricky part, trying to get fingers in there. Well, that didn't work. I don't know if this is going to focus or not, but get that turned in, and then put the other screw in. Get those snugged down. Well, we got the crankshaft in. It spins pretty good. It's got a little bind in it. I think a little oil will fix that. Then just to make it a little bit more complete today, I took the flywheel off of another engine. I'm working on the flywheel for this one. I don't know if I'm going to use the one I'm working on or if I'm going to use one of these. I have another one of these flywheels that needs to be machined. But there it is. That's our video for today. I want to thank you for watching. If you like it, please hit the like button, subscribe, do all that kind of good YouTube stuff. And next week, maybe I'll be able to plan on working on the valve and eccentric in the upcoming week, and we'll see how far I get on that.